victory lane, but he's taking the time to join us. Thank you so much, Kurt. And we were just talking kind of off camera. This night was wild. What was it like from your vantage point?
It was crazy for us. Every time I was on a restart, I looked in the mirror. I'm like, man, that's a whole new group of cars, and a whole new group of cars out in my windshield. And then for us, we got damage early on, and with all the tape and everything on the car, it still didn't lose speed. So I just stayed with it, made sure we stayed on the lead lap, and then we got a little off on some of our adjustments. And if I ask Billy Scott, who's a first-time winner, my crew chief deserves this more than anybody. It's his first win in the Cup Series, and he adjusted right back basically to where we started, because I told him, I said, there's going to be something with the traction compound that's going to wear out, and then the outside groove is going to come in, then we're going to be on heat cycle tires. I'm going to need the car right in the middle, and it worked out perfect.
I want to go to the very last restart. We'll address the other one in a minute, but to the very last one. You're first. Kyle Larson is like, I think, third or fourth, maybe fourth, on a little bit better tires. They drop the green flag. You get to turn 3, and there's Kyle Larson behind you. What were those last 10 or 12 laps like, on knowing what he had?
I had to change it up, and I had control of the race. I hit my restart perfect, didn't spin the tires, and then I wanted to act like I was going to go to the middle, but I needed to go high because I knew he was going to go high. I wanted to confuse him, and didn't look in the mirror, went for it, and my spotter, Tony Rain, said, you're clear by 3. When you're clear by 3 and you got Kyle Larson breathing down your neck, you know you got to hit your marks and hit everything as smooth as possible. So I was in position from Billy Scott and from Monster Energy, from Haas Automation. This Ford was dialed in, even though it had the damage. This was one of my favorite tracks, and I wasn't going to let it go. I was chomping down on that bit, and Kyle Larson was going to have to come and get it. And I was giggling a little bit. He's been so focused on Kyle Busch, he forgot about the other Busch.
That's good. That's a good way. You confused him. I don't want to confuse you, but let's back up a restart to where you were side by side with your teammate, Clint Boyer, who had control of the restart, but you managed somehow to get the lead away.
He accelerated, and then my right front hit his left rear. And I don't know if his car came down into mine, but at that point, I think it startled him. And then I knew if I hit my mark in 1 and 2, I could dive down in there. And when I came off 2, the spotter says, take it, take it. And I'm like, well, that's new language, but that means just go and take it. And I didn't even look in the mirror, went for it. And then you go find marks out on the racetrack and go and get that lap time to hold everybody off.
You know, over the last couple of weeks, and we've talked about this on NASCAR America, talked about it here, you sat on a pole, you found some speed, but that speed has not translated to the race wins. It has that speed right there. I got you, bud. But it's not translated to race wins. Good finishes, but not race wins. What was different in y'all's approach tonight to bring that all together?
You have to have a little bit of luck on your side. And with the restarts here, with the way they've sprayed the inside lane and then the outside lane came in, it wasn't such a detriment to be caught in one lane or another. Last week we were fast at Michigan. I got caught in the inside lane. Got caught in the inside lane at Loudon. And it's like, man, we'll have luck go in our favor one day. We just have to keep executing as a team, making adjustments on the car. And I keep telling them, just free it up at the end. I'll drive the heck out of it. And it just matched up perfect. Favorite track, Bristol night race, and Monster, everybody was here. It's just one of those feelings like, I'm like, we're going to deliver tonight. It's the first time I ever got a suite for all my family. There's like 30 people here. I'm like, that's some pressure.
Yeah, now the problem is you're going to have to get a suite for them all the time. You realize that.
I'll just keep doing my sponsor plus.
You talked about driving the heck out of it. Did we see after the burnout interview, talking about driving the heck out of it, did you leave the helmet on top of the car? What was going on there?
Oh, crap, I did. I left my helmet on the car. I didn't know.
Well, you win a race.
Wait a minute. That'll go down in history as one of the better helmet tosses that we've seen. Yes, a new way of tossing the helmet.
I get old, you know. I forgot how to win. It's just, things happen.
I want to ask you that. 58 races. I think 58 races since then. What's that been like? Watching Stuart Haas Racing grow to where it's at, watching them be successful, watching teammates win. What's that been like during that dry spell?
For me, with winning with Tony Gibson last year at the Daytona 500, I had that sense from him, like he had that career moment, and yet I was trying to get more and more out of him and Klossmeyer and that crew. And then with Danica leaving, Billy Scott and this group of guys, SHR gave me Danica's crew again. I'm like, we're fine, we'll just work our way up. And it takes a little while to find that chemistry. there's so many little things that add up in our sport. And right now, Rodney Childers and Kevin Harvick have just been dialed in every week. And I knew Billy Scott and I would get there. A couple weeks ago, we sat on pole at Loudon, led most laps, but we took all our notes from Phoenix and treated it like it was our second time at that track. Now we're starting to hit these tracks for a second time. I can't wait for the playoffs and then to have fun the off week, of course. But then we got the Southern 500 and then the Brickyard.
Yeah, you've got those two, Kurt, that you talk about. And we want to talk about the playoffs. You're certainly in there, locked in now. But are you ready, and is this team ready to be challenging for a championship at this point in time?
It's nice to have, some more bonus points, but we've been chiseling away at fourth in points all year long. And when you're a fourth in points type of guy in a team, that means you're gaining points each week through stage 1, stage 2, and race finish. If we go and continue to build as a team, not change what we're doing, because sometimes people get wins and then they head off to la-la or research this or research that. We've just been building as a team, and we know this is just the same next step that we've got to do to get better as a group.
We head off to la-la all the time. What a month for you, though. Congratulations. I mean, you're hanging out with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, with your wife playing polo a month ago, and now in Victory Lane.
Ashley, you want to come say hi?
Absolutely.
This is the star right here. This is the polo player star. Say hi.
Hi.
How was it playing with Prince Harry?
It was amazing.
And how did that come together? Because you have mad polo skills?
Right here is amazing.
I'm glad I could put you on the
proud of you. I
spot.
love you.
She's so mad at you right
I
now.
know, it was good. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you. It's been a great month. And again, this off week, we're headed to Greece to go and enjoy time with her family. And then we come back and hit the good old Southern 500.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks for taking time with us. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Kurt Busch. Your
congratulations.
sixth Bristol win.
Thank you.